everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Today's matchup features two teams looking for a win. It's the Patriots coming in at 4-3, going up against the Jets, who come in at 2-5. With that, let's get you out to Brandon Gordon and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 9 matchup.
All right, Larry, thanks. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Jets and the New England Patriots. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, we look at this Patriots team entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jets, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? On the return, it's Jalen Marshall. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback. Now a play fake here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Cliff Averill. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. So a first quarter sack, and remember, keep in mind, he had 2 sacks in last week's game.
And it's always intriguing to me to watch these great pass rushers because some of them, they need their teammates to scheme for them. Maybe occupy people and make it a one-on-one matchup. Other guys, they just defeat everything in front of them. To get 2 sacks in a game, it's a little bit of both for you.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again.
Now that's the way to open up a game on defense. Back-to-back sacks. We know that someone's come to play today.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Let's go!
On the run, it's Ware. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Well, it's an offense. Some drives you have it, some drives you don't. And this one looks like you don't.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, it was 3rd and long. It was screaming for a pass. I think they tried to outguess him there with the running play. They didn't fool him at all.
Went in the wrong direction. On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Pulled in at the 24. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Patriots take over. So here come the Patriots now to take over on offense. They'll be led out by their quarterback, a product of NC State. It's Jacoby Brissett. They'll run it now out of the gun. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And we roll now on the offensive starters, and everybody always loves to talk about Gronk.
And wouldn't a lot of teams love to redraft right now? This guy went in the 2nd round. Yet no matter what, you've got a game plan for him when you're opposing him.
A 2nd down throw for Brissett. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it 3rd down. And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Let's go!
From the gun, here's Brissett. And the reception made by Dante Moncrief. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Still leaves him with 4th and short. Any chance you go for it?
It's definitely in the back of my mind. In fact, I've discussed it with my staff all week long, different situations that I may want to go for it. Where's the ball in the field? Do I have confidence in my trigger guy? What am I going to do? I'm also talking about my analytics department. What are the odds? If I don't get it, what's it going to do to me the rest of the game? Personally, I end up taking all that, putting it in my head, and making a decision. And you know me, I'm probably going to go for it.
Wow, Trent, you want to make an opening drive statement.
Yes, I do. Once I have the ball and I've got it on the move, I don't want to just give up that easily.
On 4th down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. Back deep for the Jets, Jalen Marshall. Now on 4th and inches, they're going to want to talk this over. We get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. So on 4th down, the left-footed Ryan Allen to kick it away for the Pats. Back deep, Jalen Marshall. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And this will pin him nicely inside the 20 as it's out of bounds at about the 14-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Let's go!
They go play action here on 1st down. He'll leave this for Ware. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks. Right at the 20. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be a 2nd down. Nice job there, right, of just going through the progressions, finding the open man, even if it wasn't for a 25-yard gain.
Everything does not have to be spectacular. The mundane works pretty well in this league, as we just saw there.
Back to throw here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Patriots. And they'll have it just 5 yards away from pay dirt here, 1st and goal. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Second down, Brissett, and that is incomplete. He was looking for Dante Moncrief that time, and it's 3rd and short.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
The line of scrimmage is the 3 as they look to cash in on 3rd and goal. Brissett now. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Dante Moncrief, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Pats have taken the early lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And this hits off the right upright, but it finds its way through. Could have gone either way, but he got it to go. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. Gets past 1 man. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And the Jets set to take the field. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense, just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
They'll look to throw here. And his throw is incomplete. Will tie the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
This is Ware, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. And quickly, let's check out the New England defense.
Dante Hightower is a prototypical run-stuffing inside linebacker who has the ability to go to the edge and rush the passer, and there's no better example than when he had the strip sack against Matt Ryan in Super Bowl 51.
Still 9 yards to go on 3rd down. They run again with Ware. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on 4th down.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
He gets this one away, and, boy, it's another boomer. He'll return it from the 6. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And from down in Miami, an update. The Dolphins, they're out to an early lead over the Bills. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Play action now. Brissett eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Illegal touching. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Brissett. Dancing to his left. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Now Brissett steps away to his left. And a first hookup with his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The numbers for Cooks in that game last week, he was pretty prophetic. He said before that game, I want to get in the end zone often. He got there 3 times.
Yeah, it's one thing to catch a lot of footballs. That is important, but it's what you do after the catch that can make you great. And he had a great game last week.
And into the red zone now. And, Charles, they told us offense in the red zone was a focus this week in practice.
A huge priority, and the key was to get points, so you know that all the time during the week they talked about executing, taking care of the football, no big mistakes, make sure they put points on the board and come out of it with that.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets...
And he is in. Touchdown, New England. Jerick McKinnon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
And it's good to make it 14-0. One quarter in the books. 14-0 is our score, and we'll return to Foxborough after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Patriots in possession to begin quarter number 2, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Spencer Ware and the rest of his offense retaking the field. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? They'll run now with Ware. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Tough spot for the offense. 3rd and 8. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet 1st down.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down in bounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
And on this challenge, the refs have to take a peek and see whether or not the receiver was able to dot the I with both feet,
while making sure that he possesses the football all the way through the catch.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They run it here. Ware. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's 2nd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a 3rd and about 9 to go.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The Jets on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. And this one hauled in by Will Tye. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for New York. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series for those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they'll search for that patience here now. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
When Leonard Williams was picked in the 2015 NFL Draft, I compared him to Merlin Olsen, and I got a lot of grief about it. Did you just see that play there? Did you see how he made that move and made that tackle? That was Merlin Olsen, an S right there.
I just perked up when you said Merlin Olsen.
Yeah, a lot of people said, hey, that's too much, too far, and maybe it is early, but I think this guy has a chance of fulfilling that.
Holding offense.
That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
Here we go.
Brissett now on second down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Over to the right side, caught by Moncrief. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
It's third and long for Brissett. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Now a handoff as they run left side. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
New England on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Let's go. Grand 38. Grand 38.
Throwing. Brissett. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big 30-yard play on third. He's fresh off that 3-touchdown performance last week that got him AFC Offensive Player of the Week, so you know that he was already on their radar. Now he's maybe even a bigger plane on their radar.
Bigger plane. I mean, he is the big dot on that screen that they're looking at and saying, how in the heck do we stop him? They're going to try a bunch of different things, different people covering him, but right now he's locked in and is in sync with his quarterback.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. Might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively. Brissett sets to throw it, and Cooks hands it over the middle. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Here we go.
Brissett on 3rd and 2. Completes it to Moncrief left side. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Dante Moncrief. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Patriots add on to their lead. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
And it is now 21-0. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. Spencer Ware and the rest of his offense retaking the field. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you've got a chance to come back to it when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Well, still time for him here as we sit in the 2nd quarter. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the 1st half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And it looks like this will likely be the last play before we hit the 2-minute warning.
Here we go now. Boom, landed. Boom.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. 1:59 to go in the 1st half. Back to Foxborough after this. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will have the highlights and analysis of this 1st half from our studios in Orlando.
And I have a feeling those highlights will be pretty one-sided, too.
I think you're right, partner. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Complete to Stewart, right side. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. They'll set up a throw. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Can you do any more work or make it more dramatic for not much gain than what we just saw there? Did you see how his toes got down? Tip-tap, got him down. What would he get out of it?
He sold the sizzle. He just had no steak.
I mean, was it 1 yard?
Yeah, you plays like that, you at least expect a first down. They're just 1 yard. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Pats will take over at their own 20. Brandon Cooks and the rest of the offensive crew trotting back into place out there. He's the star wide receiver, and he's doing his thing so far here into the second quarter.
And how you get distinguished as a star is each and every week performing to a high level no matter what they throw at you, because you're always wanting to take him out of the game if you're a defensive team. How do you press him, double him, triple him, all those things? But the best players show up each and every week. Solid games and some spectacular ones.
And he has showed up time and time again. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. Now a play fake here on first down. He's letting it fly for Cooks. It got his man complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. They go play action here on first down. They'll roll him out right. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Looks like they wanted to stay in attack mode after breaking off that nice chunk on their first play. They decided to heave it downfield on this one.
Yeah, that first play, though, successful. Try number 2, unsuccessful. On second down, Brissett again. Flush to his right. And this one's incomplete. His tight end, Dwayne Allen, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up third down.
When we talk with people about what we think the most important quality for an NFL quarterback to possess, what do people usually say?
Arm strength, and he showed the arm strength there.
Yeah, pretty good bullet pass he threw, but he wasn't accurate, was he?
No.
Listen, you like mobility, but accuracy, first and foremost, is what a quarterback needs. He didn't possess it on that play.
On third down, Brissett. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's fourth down.
I think it's pretty safe to say that when you're up 3 touchdowns, the last thing you want to do is hang one up there and put it in jeopardy and possibly get it intercepted. You got a nice lead. You should be able to protect it. But if you get careless with the football, look out.
A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And to give this time to the tailback. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So this brings up a 2nd and 2.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
Offensive line wasn't set. There's the flag, and 5 yards back they go.
Quarterback has to look around and make sure that his team is ready to go. Sometimes the quarterbacks go faster than is necessary.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Here we go with 2nd and 7.
Let's go. 3-19.
He'll drop to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Finding room inside the 40. It's caught on the left side by Kurz. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's got it. This is Ware. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll look to throw here. They'll leave this for Ware. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward.
Offense.
Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half. Now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap, it felt like. They had to try and keep him upright.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. On the left hash, officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end. So we've reached halftime here at Gillette Stadium with the Patriots on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Larry.
All right, Brandon, back to you guys in a minute. But first, it's indeed time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Patriots are happy to be in front right now and just want to play 2 more solid quarters. The Jets won't panic either. They know they just need to take it 1 play at a time. So let's take a look at the highlights from the first half. Jets with the ball midway through 1. Run play here, and the ball comes out. He ended up running for a huge gain of 89 yards on the run before being tackled. Now following the fumble, Brissett's going to find his mark, and it's caught for the score. Patriots take the early lead. End of the first quarter. McKinnon's going to take off here, and this 5-play drive goes for a touchdown. Patriots up now by 14. Patriots with the ball late in the half. Brissett's on target here, and he'll take this all the way for the touchdown. The Pats lead balloons to 21. Still a little time left on the clock. The catch is made after a quick pass, and he won't be brought down until he makes it to the 33-yard line. So that'll do it for us here in Orlando. For the call of the second half, Let's hand it back over to Brandon and Charles. Brandon.
This will be fielded at the 8. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard. And we move to spotlighting Brandon Cooks. And they've got to figure out how to stop some of the highlights that we're seeing on the screen here.
And what it feels like, he's going to say it doesn't matter what you put out here. I am having a big-time performance. I'm playing at a big-time level. Just keep throwing me the football.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it. Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. And now here's a carry heading left. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. They'll try to throw now. Brissett. He's going to go for a big play downfield. It's caught inside the 25. A big play there for New England. 42 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And now the offense operates in the red zone. Now they try the right side here. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it first and goal.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set.
Let's go.
They run it with McKinnon. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Let's go. 38.
Second and goal. They still need 8 yards to find the end zone. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Brissett, he's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back right at the 10-yard line. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. Their update now from down in Miami. And the Bills have now opened up a 2-touchdown lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So the incomplete pass brings up second down. He'll look to throw. Looking sideline, incomplete. He was looking for Ardarius Stewart there, and it's third down. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
The Jets on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw here. And he's got Will Tye complete. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Well, this offense got to be loving this. After the long missed field goal, they'll take over on the other side of the 50, 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for 13 and a New England first down.
It's really coming to vote to talk about the different gaps that the defense tries to attack in an offensive line. And most of the time we're talking about blitzes. How many times have you heard double A-gap blitz? Well, where is the A-gap? It's the space between the center and the guards, either side. So when you're having a double A-gap blitz, that's 2 guys coming through that gap. In this situation, though, that A-gap wasn't open for the defense to exploit. The offensive line took care of it, protected it, and moved the defensive guys out of the way to allow for that nice run.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive. It is taken in by Cooks for a Patriot touchdown. Brandon Cooks, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Pats take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
False start, offense.
And that'll set them back 5. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and it's a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On play action, they'll throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Derek Rivers in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. The grab made by Curse over the middle. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks near the 34-yard line.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So a change of possession here on the punt. And this offense is going to take over at their own 20-yard line. Brandon Cooks and the rest of the offensive crew trotting back into place out there. And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. You never want to give up a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Here's McKinnon. And now nothing but green ahead of him. Past the 20. And all the way in. Jarek McKinnon, 76 yards. And the Patriots continue to roll. So another score there. Often you talk about the three phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. Santos now to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And a pretty good run there in the end to top it off. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This one taken from the 7. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Back to throw now on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Watch tight, tight is right. Watch tight, tight is right. Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
They're going to look to throw. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. He was looking for Quincy Enunwa that time, and it's 3rd down.
So they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. Back to throw. He's got Curse. And look out, a big hit to the shoulder pads took him right off his feet. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet 1st down.
Brandon, that's a tough guy right there. He knew that was going to happen. In other words, he had to absorb that hit. How about him securing the football, churning the legs a little bit, and getting what he needed for a 1st down?
Well, that's the deal. On 3rd down, these guys, they know where the sticks are. He obviously knew right there.
And if you want to be a dependable 3rd down receiver, you've got to be willing to absorb those types of hits and make those sort of plays. You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's going to have to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Marshall. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll set up to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. A gain of 8 and a 1st down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do in that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game. Brandon, it's all about pace and tempo now for them. They've got the advantage, so I'm going to put musical terms for you. You don't want to go prestissimo. That's too quick, too lively, right? But you also don't want to slow it down too much. You don't want to go lenta. What you really want to do is moderato. Nice and even, nice and steady, get those gains, and close out the game.
I think that chicken parm from last night's gone to your head.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
They run once more with McKinnon. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Time running out here on the play clock. On the toss, it's McKinnon. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here, stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do. Late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is. The things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it. They've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line. Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that. Here's Ryan Allen now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
Delay of game, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. Here's Ryan Allen now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. New York set to take the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this? For a lot of coaches, be honest, don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here. Yeah, use that as ammo going forward. Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because you're not going to want that feeling again. No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good. And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball, because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it. Five yards left for the offense. It's 2nd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Now back to throw. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. And they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be third down.
That's a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's played a passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receivers work on a little bit more. That's a first down if he holds on, but you saw the contact, able to jar it free from him and force a fourth down.
Great play defensively there, as you said, just to knock it free, because if he had caught that, pass the sticks, first down. Around the NFL, fourth quarter right now in Atlanta, and the Falcons have wound up winning that football game. Matt Ryan, 2 touchdown passes in the W. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Patriots winners here at home as we say so long from Foxborough.